Welcome to the podcast. I'm Rosa Coelho, your host, lifestyle entrepreneur, health coach, and speaker. I've gone from being in complete overwhelm, burning the candle at both ends, and watching my health, relationships, and business suffer, to creating a life with more joy, ease, and abundance. If you're ready to let go of the overwhelm, reclaim your health, and push past your comfort zone so that you can unleash your next level of success to create a greater impact, then sit back as we delve into conversations, as well as bring on guests to share with you tools, knowledge, and real action steps to get you there. Listen in, because you never know when you may hear something that changes everything. Hello, beautiful friend. I hope you've had a fabulous week. This week has been such a good one for me. Finally, the launch of Simply Strong has happened. Simply Strong is my 6-week program that takes women in their 40s from feeling really stuck and frustrated with their weight and their health to finally starting to really shift and lose those inches, bring back their energy and their vitality. And this has been really such a heartfelt journey because it's one that was very personal to me. I hit my mid-40s and things changed. And I was like, what is going on? I'm working out. I'm eating well. Why is nothing changing despite doing all the things I used to do? And so I went on the journey to figure it out and figure it out fast for this unique phase of life, I like to call it. And when I figured it out, I then decided that I was going to help other women do the same. But this took me on quite the journey because I decided in 2023 that I wanted to do this right. So what I did is I ran 3 beta groups of women, and they were small groups. They were between 10 and 14 women at a time, 3 different periods of 6 weeks. And what I wanted to do is make sure, 1, that I could get them results, 2, that I could deliver the material in a way that was accessible and simple and wasn't going to add more stress to their life. And what came about was just incredible. The women were amazing at giving feedback and their results were incredible. They not only lost inches, but they felt incredible and they felt empowered to continue on the journey. Within this 6-week program, it's not just a program, it's also masterclasses. You learn why what you're doing works. And that is the key to long term. It's understanding how our bodies work and why we need to change certain things at this time in our lives. So anyway, the program is now live for 2024. It is open. So the best way to join me there is to either go to the show notes in the podcast or simply go to my Instagram and the bio, and you will see the link there. It'll take you straight to the program. Okay, so into today's episode, I want to talk about 3 things that I refuse to do in my 40s to stay lean. And yes, I still want to stay lean. I want to feel my best. I want to feel incredible at every stage of life. And here's the thing. There's women ahead of me within my family that have done it and that are doing it. And even women that good friends and trainers that are in the same phase of life and they are doing amazing. And so there really are no excuses. I know that things change, our hormones change, and there are struggles that we won't be able to avoid, but we can definitely make this phase easier. So in order to stay lean, however, there are 3 things that I am no longer doing that, yes, I did in my 30s and they worked, but not anymore. The first thing is that I refuse to go low calorie. Like I see women eating as low as 11 and 1200 calories a day. If you're just having some chicken on some green leaves, it's not enough food. It actually shocks me how little I see women eat at times. And then they're stuck with their weight. And you would think that it's from overeating, but really it's not. It's from being in this crazy starvation cortisol mode. It's incredibly taxing on your body. And it impacts us in many ways in terms of our mental health, our digestion, all of it. And so I refuse to go that low calorie anymore. Yes, it's true that if you have some excess body fat and you'd like to lose it, that you do need to be at a calorie deficit. But a slow and a smaller calorie deficit is better. I don't put my ladies on less than 10 to 15% less of their ideal calories. So this will work out to maybe being a couple hundred calories less a day. Yes, the process is a little slower, but it's lasting and it's long term, and you don't lose your mind doing it this way. It feels so much better. And let's not forget that in that time, ladies are also exercising. So you don't want to be cutting those calories so low because you won't have the energy, one, to exercise, and you won't have the fuel to stimulate muscle growth. So it's just detrimental. The second thing I refuse to do is skip breakfast. This one actually makes me giggle only because I remember the first beta group. I had one of the ladies who hadn't eaten breakfast in years. She just skipped it because that's what we do. Intermittent fasting, right? Taken to extremes as always. And the thing is, you become accustomed to that. So she would wake up never feeling hungry. Part of the program is you need to eat your breakfast. So she woke up the day after she decided she was going to do it, and she ate her breakfast, and her post was hilarious. It was, I ate breakfast and I didn't die. No, she didn't. In fact, she thrived. Skipping breakfast is just not a fun way to start the day. I know you might not feel hungry, but it really is the best way to support our nervous system, our adrenals, to start to lower that cortisol in the morning and just have the energy for our day. So skipping breakfast is not optional for me. If I need to grab a smoothie and go, a high protein one, of course, I will do that. And then if I have time, I'll sit down to a cooked breakfast. But breakfast does not get skipped any longer. Finally, the third thing that I refuse to do is long, intense cardio workouts. And this is coming from the cardio queen. I've run 3 marathons in my life, several halves, too many 10Ks to count. And, in my 30s, I have to say that those runs were at a fun time in my life. And I probably did them just in time, in terms of my hormones still supporting that, but not any longer. Those intense workouts, one, I don't have that kind of time. I don't want to dedicate that time. So even if I have it, that's not what I want to be doing. My workouts now are much simpler. I lift heavy weights. I have long rest periods between my sets, and they don't take me any longer than 45 minutes. Now, sometimes they take me a little longer because I work out with my friend Kathy. We like to chat. We like to walk. We like to do all the things. But the workouts themselves, if I'm focused, because I'm only doing about 4 or 5 exercises, especially when I'm in the really heavy lifting phase, they're just shorter. Now, when the ladies start with me in Simply Strong, they don't start off lifting as heavy. You've got to create that base first, especially if you're new to resistance training. However, their workouts are still under the 45 minutes. In fact, they're probably a little closer to the 30 minutes. So no more long cardio intense workouts. Now, do I do cardio? Yeah, I still do what's called sprint workouts. And I do that 1 to 2 times a week. And they take me 15 minutes. It's like my favorite workout. In and out of the gym and absolutely done. And you can do them outside as well. And from there, I just love my long walks and hiking and being out in nature and enjoying. So those things I don't consider a workout. Yes, they're activity, and I do work them out into my exercise plan, but they really bring me a lot of joy and are so good for you. So those are the 3 things I just refuse to do, and I hope you do too. So no more cutting calories, no more crazy long cardio intense sessions, and no more skipping breakfast. All right, my friend, I hope that those tips have helped you in some way, because I know making those changes really helped me a ton once I've hit my mid 40s and beyond. Those were big changes. They sound small, but over time, they really have such a positive impact, not only on my physical health, but also just in my happiness and my joy. I'm a much happier person when I'm eating well and fueling my body. All right. Have a beautiful week. And if you've enjoyed this episode, remember to share it on social media and leave me a review on iTunes or on Spotify. It would mean the world to me. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening in today. I know time is precious and I'm grateful you shared yours with me. It would mean the world to me if you felt an impact, a moment of inspiration, or learned something new. If you would share it with those you care about and leave me a review on iTunes. I'd love to know what spoke to you or what you'd like to hear more of. Your sharing and leaving a review would help so much on this journey to making an impact on as many people as possible. It's worth it. I know from experience, there are moments when something we hear has the possibility of changing everything.